Hi everyone, very good afternoon to you all. I am Divya Mahajan and I would like to welcome you all to another webinar by Digital Vidya. The topic for today's webinar is Winfluencer Marketing and we have Alok Dalvi with us. He is the lead digital marketing, customer acquisition and branding at Wipro. So before handing over the session to Alok, I'll just introduce him. He's having 10 plus years of experience in digital solutions development, digital transformation, inbound marketing, B2B marketing, and marketing automation, pre-sales, and social media demand generation programs. He is also having multiple capabilities in digital marketing, which involves influencer marketing program, social media marketing, social media optimization, along with analytics. Then we have search engine optimization, search engine marketing. He also specializes in online media buying, planning, online PR, affiliate marketing, and much more. So he today help us in understanding what is influencer marketing. And once we are done with the presentation, which might take around 30 to 40 minutes, we'll take up all your questions through the question panel, which is on the right hand side. So in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can just type in the question panel. So over to you, Alok.
Okay, thank you very much, Divya. I appreciate your introduction. And now to the audience, guys, thank you very much. Hope I'm audible to all of you. Thank you guys for making out for this particular webinar. Appreciate that you guys joined this webinar, and I was in fact very happy to see some people have joined the webinar 15 minutes back. So that's really a very good sign to me, the curiosity to know something about influencer marketing. So thank you very much again. So before we start, I have a disclaimer. So basically today I am here talking today in my personal capacity. I work for Wipro, but I am not going to talk anything about Wipro, or I would appreciate when we take the calls, we not bring Wipro into the conversation. And I will also make a point that I am not selling anything about Wipro. Today I am going to talk hardcore everything about influencer marketing. Let's start, guys. So moving on to the first slide. Influencer marketing. As you all can see, there's a definition written on the first slide. See, I'm not going to go on what is written on that slide, but before that, I'm going to talk about the story. So how this influencer marketing started with me. So I'm sure you all might be getting this question in particular. We all do so many digital marketing campaigns, paid campaigns, social media campaigns, and the people who are sponsoring these campaigns, and they are always coming back and asking me this one particular single question: what is the ROI of this campaign? And this is something which we all, I guess, struggle to answer, because not all the campaigns we do have the same ROI or the same success story. So I was doing a lot of campaigns, paid campaigns, social media campaigns, and my sponsors of these campaigns were always asking me, see how sustainable it is. So because every time we are spending some thousands of euros or dollars on these campaigns, and what am I getting from this? And every time there is a deal intervention. I'm sure what is deal intervention, basically we get a lot of requests for proposals and RFIs, and we defend some RFIs and RFPs. At that time, we do a lot of deal intervention campaigns to basically get the eyeballs of the decision makers. So we do on and on, keep on doing all these campaigns, and we every time spend some XYZ amount of dollars, and what is the output? Either we win the deal or we may not. And again, there is RFI coming or RFP coming. again we have to run these campaigns. So we said, okay, we need to do something about this. We cannot keep on spending money like this and expecting that, yeah, sometime we would win a deal. So we basically took a step back and we tried to understand the buyer journey. So that's very important. Like when a person buys, so what all elements are involved. So what I did basically is I did a reverse engineering. So I tried to understand what all steps are involved when it comes to making a buying decision. So since I started from back, so the very important thing we realize is that before buying, making any buying decision, you consult with someone you know, or someone you have been associated with or whom you trust, to understand how the service you are buying or the solution or the product you are buying, how is it? Is it good? How is it going to benefit me? So that was the trigger. Okay, so even though we spent so many number of dollars, if the person whom this buyer is going to ask a question that how is this service or product I am buying, if that person is going to say no, all my dollars are going down the drain. So that's when we decided. So why I am spending so much dollars targeting the buyers when we are already connected to the buyers through the people whom we call influencers. So let's start leveraging our influencers. So who are the influencers? So see, basically, see, every brand is associated with a human face. It might be basically the person who buys the brand, who consumes it, or it may be the person who is meeting the customers to present your product. Or in many ways you will see people are associated with a brand. So the moment you think about, say, like say XYZ mobile, so recently we have seen iPhone 7 being launched. So you know, okay, my XYZ friend has bought it, so let me call and ask him if you're planning to buy it. Hey, I'm thinking of buying it. I think you have bought it, so let me know how is it. So because why are you asking this your friend that why this product is good? Because you know him, you trust him or her. So that's what basically is being considered when we are going to plan influencer marketing campaign. Uh, so now directly come to the question. So how do we do it? I'm not going to take you round the bush and keep you wondering and add up to the suspense and surprise element comes. So here we go. So basically, it's very simple. It's simple blueprint. They basically, it's a four is define your target audience. Then definitely you need to identify the influencers. So basically you need to map these influencers with the target audience. Okay. And then you need to understand the content preparedness. Basically, our influencer need to talk about a story. So what is the story? We need to identify it. So what story is our influencer going to talk about your brand or your product? And then the most important thing is the communication plan. So how do you communicate this message, your story to your buyer via your influencer? So let's start one by one step. So let's move on to the step one. So basically step one says we basically need to understand the demographics of your target audience, and we basically need to define certain characteristics to the demographics we have. See, let's take an example of Micromax. So Micromax is a global brand, and they have Hugh Jackman as the global brand ambassador, and when it comes to India, it is Akshay Kumar. So it's not that they are having only one single brand ambassador for throughout the world. So I'm sure when they go to some other geography, it would not be Akshay Kumar or Hugh Jackman who would be representing them, who is associated with that local market to represent them in that market. So we definitely need to understand this small things. It might look very but when we go into it, it has to be defined very invested. You might have invested in the CRM for your organizations. So pull out the data, try to do some profiling of your target audience so that when you prepare your marketing communication, it becomes easy. There's a point, a data point to start your conversation. So make sure that you are defining your target audience in a very nice way. So then we need to move on to the step 2, which is identifying the influences. Uh, so this is a very critical things like analysts, advisors. So this person will be our brand ambassador, our influencer. So that's how we need to put some parameters and have evaluation score why a person is on our influencer marketing program. And then it is also very important that we need to have a proper program, induction program for the influencers, because they are not coming from the marketing background. So we need to educate them why we are doing it, how we are doing it, and what all elements are involved in it, how you would be reaching out to the customers. So it becomes really important for us to educate these people. And definitely the next two steps is basically gamification and gratification. We need to have a platform because see, it depends upon the scale. See, when we are running this program with 5 to 10 influencers, I can manage it manually, but now I am running this program in my organization for more than 300, 500 people. When the scale is so big, I need to have a platform in place. So where basically some automation is involved, maybe semi-automation is there, so that it becomes easy to manage this many number of influencers. And then the next step is basically gratification, rewards. Why gratification rewards? Because it has to be a win-win. Why would someone be your brand advocate and your influencer? What's in it for them? So you can have some point system or a reward system where you can evaluate the score and have some gift vouchers, or even you can have some monetary benefits. This basically, this all steps needs to go into understanding the influencers and identifying them. So now let's quickly move on to the next step. So this is about content readiness. So this slide I have prepared keeping B2B IT services in mind. So we basically would be using our influencers as our brand advocates to take forward our message to the target audience. So most of the times we need to be prepared with the relevant content, and we need to make sure that the content, so that's the reason I was telling understanding the target audience, defining your target audience. So make sure that you are understanding your target audience, basically how mature they are. So what do I mean by how mature they are? So basically you need to qualify your target audience in three quadrants. So known knowns, known unknowns, and unknown unknowns. So some of your target audience, the customers, would be at a good point in the maturity curve, but some people would be early adopters, some people would be laggards. So it becomes really important to understand where a customer stands in terms of the maturity curve, and based on that we need to talk. So it doesn't, see, would be excited if I'm going to talk something which you already know? No, right? So you would be excited if I talk something which you know that you don't know. Let's say maybe some of you might not be aware of influencer marketing, and that's the reason you have enrolled for it. So yeah, so that's something we have to think about. What can be a curiosity factor for my story, a curiosity story for my target audience, and definitely something which is something like a surprise. Oh, I didn't knew about this. Like, I was completely unaware of this. So we need to come up with some content which is exciting. It may be form of some white papers, it may be form of some success stories, customer videos, and definitely we need to package this content we prepare and market it well through social media. So social media, tweets, posts, all these things will also be playing a critical role. So because most of the time it is noticed that people don't pay much attention to the form of the tweets, and they don't optimize it the way they optimize it the actual content. So most of the times I have seen that most of the tweets and social media LinkedIn posts don't have a call to action. There is nothing provided over there, any link where I can click and read further. So it is very important that we optimize the social media content as well. And other things like, is there relevant things like lead capture elements in place, basically a proper landing page, a thank you page. If you want to capture some leads, are you having the relevant forms in place? Have you embedded the relevant analytics in the particular landing page and thank you page? So all these kind of elements need to be taken care of so that you can measure the effectiveness of this influencer marketing campaign. Now let's move ahead to the last step, which is I feel is the most important aspect of this particular program, because most of the times, see, I have trained some organizations on this influencer marketing program, and I have seen that they have done everything right, but still they failed because they were not having a proper communication plan in place. So it becomes really important that we are articulating our communication well. So what can we do? So when it comes to social media, so why not tag your influencers, brand advocates, so that they are immediately getting an intimation. Okay, somebody has tagged me. Okay, let me go and check. Okay, so this is the context here. And if somebody is not on social media, pick up the phone and call them. Don't shy away. people just assume most of the time that I have seen that okay, they will react. So it's not about question of reacting. It's a question about we all being proactive. So especially us, the marketers. So we need to be proactive in making sure that people are. We immediately bring to the attention of our influencers what is the next step they need to take. Okay, and next important thing is, see, when the scale, like I was telling, when the scale is big, like 300, 400 people, so at that time you need to automate things. You need to have a dashboard where people can go and check, okay, basically, okay, on my dashboard, this is the message which has popped up, and I need to take this action. A leaderboard basically gamification. So there's a point system involved, and they see, okay, I am number 5 at this moment, and there are 4 people above me, and this is my points. So I have seen a lot of people who are influencers. Okay, let me do something more so that my points increases and I am coming to the top of the leaderboard. So these kind of things basically indirectly push the influencers to communicate faster, and then why not trigger a or broadcast an alert, so that you can even broadcast. Like broadcast is the most effective tool. Broadcast emails moment something important goes. You have your group ID for your influencers, and trigger an email like, hey, look, this is the activity happening, and if you do this activity you will get 200 points or 500 points. So that's how the momentum is built. So these are the 4 basic steps involved in running an influencer marketing program. But having said that, there is still no assurance that this program will succeed. So why I am saying that? So based on my experience, whatever challenges I have faced, so there you will see the challenges like this. So most of the time, when this big broad organization where lots of industries are involved, so you will see that relevance is missing. So most important thing is the relevance in the context of influencer marketing. So let me again take an example of B2B. So we cater different industries: finance, retail, energy, insurance. So all these industries are unique in nature, and we have mapped influencer for every industry. So what I mean to say here when I say relevance, so don't put all your eggs in one basket. Okay, so keep the influencers of banking on one category. So basically, how you can overcome this is basically have an individual dashboard or a communication plan for the banking people and for the retail people. Because what we have seen is it's when it comes to gamification concept is involved. For gaining points, retail people are going and pushing content of banking, or eco-energy people are going and pushing the content of pharma. So this is not going to help me, because I have mapped you as an influencer, because I know you are an influencer person in the banking domain, and you are not an influencer person in the pharma domain. So it is not going to help me. In fact, it will hurt my brand when my customers see that why a person from banking background is talking about pharma. So the real story is that the person from the banking background is trying to get some points. So basically, so you have to be very careful about the relevance. Hello, hello guys, can you hear me? Divya, could you hear me? Could you confirm that?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I got a message that my audio was lost. I'm sorry. Okay. Okay, fine. So let's continue. So I was talking about relevance. So it's very important that we are relevant. We are designing the program to maintain the relevance So make sure that at no point you are losing the relevance when it comes to running this program, because there are some external factors uh, which will make sure that you are not doing something relevant. And then the next thing is the lack of participation. So that's what I was saying in my previous slide about gratification and gamification. So sometimes you will realize that you might have registered some 40, 50 brand advocates or influencers, but these guys are not participating. So what you need to do, how do you push them? So you have to step back and think, hey, why is he not participating? We are doing, we're giving him points, and so we constantly need to keep on changing our gratification programs, because a person would have already received a watch, and he says, okay, I'm again getting a watch, I am not interested in getting a watch. So keep on changing the gratification, because again, understand, have a survey where you ask your brand advocates, how do you like to be gratified? Rather than we deciding something, let's ask them, what is it that you want, rather than we just forcing something on them. And so that's how you can overcome the challenge when it comes to the lack of participation. And definitely gamification. You have to gamify things. So I have seen people are they want to see themselves as number one. I know some people, they always want to be in the top 3 when it comes to the leaderboard. So make sure that you are very on a periodic basis publishing this leaderboard, where you say these are the top 10 influencers, these are on quarterly basis, on a monthly basis. So it's like a motivating thing for them. So that's how you can understand why lack of participation is there. And then most important thing is spamming and stalking. So this is again come to our observation in the previous program that I ran. A lot of spamming happens. What do I mean by a lot of spamming happens? So we are targeting some people. Make sure that you don't overdo, don't over communicate. Uh, in a day, one message is enough. You don't have to say send 10 emails or so. So make sure that you are not crossing the line, and don't over communicate, so the person whom we are trying to reach out to doesn't feel like we are stalking him or her. So basically, try to optimize how you articulate your messages in social media. How many number of times I have seen some people doing some 20 tweets a day. So what? It's a spam. What, you're just flooding the? It's going to annoy you. I'm sure when you guys see one person just like bombarding all so many number of messages, how you guys feel? It's annoying, right? So the same our target audience would feel. So you guys need to push back when some organization will come and say we need an impact, we need you to get it done soon. But things doesn't happen all over like in a day. It takes time, and you need to be patient. So this is something you need to understand and make sure that we are not spamming our target audience and stalking them. So we need to maintain that line of decency and make sure that we are respecting our target audience. So basically, these are some major challenges you will face when you are trying to execute the influencer marketing program. So now let's move on to the questions. I have quickly given you an overview of influencer marketing programs, but still, basically, this is the tip of the iceberg. There's still a lot of things happens, but yeah, considering this is the first session, I tried my best to give you an overview. So over to you, Divya. Let's open the session for the questions. We have done it in exactly half an hour.
everyone, you can just type in your questions in the question panel on the right hand side. In the meantime, I'll open out the poll for people who want to join out an online course into digital marketing. And we have got some questions in the time period. Can you share, this one is by Sagnik. The question is, can you share a sample of maybe an Excel sheet with parameters on how to identify an influencer, or how do we calculate an influencer score?
Fantastic question. Who has asked this question?
Sagnik.
Submit. Am I pronouncing it right? It's a very good question. Okay. So let me tell you, there are some free tools. How many of you are using cloud? So let's talk about social media. Because social media is one of the channel where the influencer marketing programs, one of the channel where we do a lot of things on influencer marketing. So cloud is, see, when I personally use cloud. When I need some influencers for social media, so I look at their cloud score. So anyone who is having a cloud score below 50, I don't recommend this particular person for social media as a brand advocate. So anyone who is having a cloud score beyond 50, we go ahead with the training and the induction program. So that is one way of evaluating the influence score when it comes to social media. But like I said, everything doesn't happen on social media because my influencers most of the times are having some 20-25 odd years of experience, and then they are social media shy. They are not even social media savvy. They are introverts, but they have excellent connections when it is about connecting with the customers, decision makers. How do I evaluate a score here? So I have a simple parameter sheet. So basically we put some parameters like the subject matter expertise. Let's take an example of automation. So I try to understand how many years this person has spent in the automation domain, okay? And then we talk to them, and we understand how many number of interactions you had with the customers, with the prospects in past, over the last years in your previous organization, in the current organization, and then we come up with a manual score, and that's how we are doing our evaluation. Hope that helps.
I believe it will. Thank you so much. Moving to next question, it's by Deepak. So he's asking how to build a strategy around social media influencer, and what any companies who use social media influencing for check out social media influencing of a particular individual.
I didn't get the question. I understand the question. Which companies are using it? Could you repeat the question?
The first question he asked is around how to build a strategy and any example of businesses who are using social media influencing.
That's a very good question. Okay, how to build a strategy? Okay, fine. One thing I always practice, I often get a lot of questions. Hey, look, can you give me a social media strategy? Can you give me digital marketing strategy? I immediately say them, no, I am not going to give you a strategy. You tell me your go-to-market strategy. So what do I mean? So basically, everybody has their own go-to-market strategy. So basically, sales people, they know basically what are their hunting accounts, what are their farming accounts, and basically what are the pain points, and what how they are going to approach. I asked for that document, the go-to-market strategy document from my sales people, and based on that I said, okay, thank you very much for giving me. So they mentioned in that what are things they will be doing to go to the market with this particular solution, with the particular product. And see, digital is not a different channel. What mistake people do is they just try to run in silos. This is the biggest mistake I have seen people do when they try to go to a market with a digital strategy. You never have to do that. You have to be in sync with the strategy what your sales is having. You have, it's basically, yeah, we all know sales and marketing basically very less number of time go hand in hand. There is always a friction between the sales and marketing guys, but basically the right way of doing it is understand the right go-to-market strategy, and based on that you put let's say you are going to this is my hunting account. So, okay, I am hunting these people for something, a particular solution, and I am going to meet them over an event, or maybe I am going to a conference where I am inviting them. So how do you add influencer marketing program there? So you say, okay, so my strategy is basically now to understand who would be the right influencer for this particular uh, strategy you have. Like you have identified like attacking them on a conference. So identify who are the right people, and then have the right communication plan for the influencers you have identified, and take it forward. Hope that helps.
Thank you so much. Moving to another question by Dave. He's asking how influencers will be helpful to a startup business.
Okay, it's a great question. How influencers will help me to start a business? Okay. I think it's a difficult question as well. But yeah, influencers can definitely help you to start your business because when you start your business, the basic thing which is missing at the start of the business is the awareness. So influencers will play a very big role to make your target audience aware of, hey guys, look, this is a new business in the market, this is a new product in the market, this is a new solution in the market. So you guys need to make sure that your influencers are going to play a role of awareness, spreading the awareness of your solution and product to your target audience. I hope that helps.
I think it should. And I believe we are done with the questions. There are some generic questions which involves whether a digital marketer requires graphic designing or motion graphic skills to be a digital marketer. And this was asked by Neha, I think. So this isn't required as such.
Okay, if you're okay, if you want me to answer, what is the question?
Does it require graphic designing or motion skills are required by a digital marketer? You can answer the question.
Yeah, in fact, it's a very relevant question because I will say yes. I myself have hands-on skill, and every day I do all this kind of things. I design my own PPTs, and I have done all the graphic designing courses in past, which basically makes my job easy. So basically, it's good that you are aware of all these skills rather than, because most of the times you would be in a situation you need a quick turnaround, and you cannot wait for a designer. So this kind of skills I have learned helps me a lot for a quick turnaround of the delivery. So definitely it will help. Nothing, any skill you learn is not a wastage. It's about how you think about it. So it is going to help you if you in the right time. Okay, there is some. I am seeing some question from Shreya Shah. Please explain gamification and gratification. Divya, do you want to take this question?
Yes, sure. Please do that.
Okay. Gamification and gratification. Okay. So definitely gamification and gratification is something like a keyword, but it's a big thing when beyond just the name. So there are some platforms, especially which have been developed for social advocacy, influencer marketing. One of the very famous platform is Dynamic Signal. Dynamic Signal basically is, I believe, is from a company called VoiceStorm. They are the #1 organization when it comes to providing platform for the social advocacy, influencer marketing. Gamification here is basically how it is when you there are some free versions you can try your hands at that. So every, like I said, you need to have different dashboards, and every influencer you register on that platform has to use the platform for spreading the message. Basically, this is a platform for social media. Okay, so any activity they do on using this platform, there is a point involved. There is a point system. So they let's say we basically what we do on this platform is like we cannot expect the influencers to create the content. So we keep the content ready. It's a ready-made content served on the platter for our influencers. So they log in there, they see the dashboard. Okay, this is the content here. So they just have to press the button push, and when the moment they push it, so there is a setup behind the platform where you have registered your LinkedIn or Twitter or Facebook or Insta. All the channels, this content would be pushed. So every channel has a point. So let's say you share it on 4 channels, so you get every share is 10 points, so you get 40 points, and for every like there is a point, for every share there is a point. And even the total number of people who content they have published on their social media, there is a point system involved. So basically this is the gamification. So now these points are accumulated to their against the name, and then it's on the leaderboard. Okay, so one influencer did well because the content he or she shared has got some 200 points, and one person who has had some 150 points. So on the leaderboard, the person who got 200 points on the top, and so basically that is the gamification. Gratification, now at the end of the month we pull out the whole month's leaderboard and we see who are the top 10 influencers. We gratify them, we give them some vouchers. So what they will do, they'll take this voucher and then they can go to a mall and then they can buy the thing they want. So that's how gamification and gratification works. Okay, somebody has asked about cloud. They are saying that cloud is not that credible, and it has indicated Justin Bieber was more influencer than United States. Okay, I understand. This is a very good question. Who has asked this? Deepak has asked this. Deepak, it's a good question. Deepak, I completely agree with you, cannot agree more on that. See, I definitely blindly don't view the cloud score when we do an evaluation of the influence score. Cloud score is definitely taken into consideration, but definitely I go and check the network on LinkedIn. Let's take example of LinkedIn. I quickly go and check, okay, how many C-level people is my influencer connected to, how many C-1, C-2, C-3. Okay, I see that there are 700 connections. In that 700 connections, I do a profiling. In this profiling, I found that the let's say Ajay is my influencer. Ajay is connected to 200 CEOs and from the finance finance industry. And then again I check how frequently Ajay is talking on social media. So basically cloud score is again it's an algorithm. The score is calculated based on algorithm. Yeah, even your Facebook has an algorithm, even Google has an algorithm. So I just don't blindly believe any algorithm. You definitely make sure that you are going and cross verifying the score, because yeah, I just gave an example of cloud, but see, there are different screening levels. Okay, so the first screen level, okay, cloud showed me the score is this much. Okay, then I will take my call. Okay, let me go and check his or her other profiles, social media profiles. So that's how it is, Deepak. I hope that answers. Then Garima Pandey, should there be different influences at different levels of business? How can we design a strategy for natural products industry? Okay. Should there be different influences at different levels of business? Yes, Garima, I definitely agree with you. There should be different levels of influences at different levels of business. That's what I was talking about, because if you remember, I spoke about the maturity curve, at what level, how mature is the business, at what stage is the business, and how a particular influencer is going through, because it's a buyer journey. Even a product journey is there, a product life cycle is there. So definitely we have to consider what influencer is going to be at what level of the business is, and how can we design a strategy for natural products industry. Okay, so definitely I answered this in my previous question. Never ever work in silos. Okay, always work in tandem with the sales team. This is the mistake I have seen most of the marketers do. They never ever go and ask the like, what is your go-to-market strategy? So I will say, guys, become bold enough and start asking this question back to your business boss. Tell me, what is your go-to-market strategy? How do you plan to take this market to the business? Because go-to-market plan is a plan where you get the complete understanding of at how and where, and because that's where because I have even seen that marketers don't even ask for a marketing brief. They just take the requirements over a call and then they document it on their own. So I will request you guys, please have a marketing brief document in place. Always try to cover yourself, because when things goes wrong, people will blame you. To avoid this kind of situation, please have a marketing brief in place where you ask people to put down on paper what is the scope, what is the target audience, get it in writing. Okay. So what else? Influencers should like our post or share our post. Which part do they play? Okay, this is a question from Soma. Soma, influencers should be sharing our post. They can like all as well. No, we cannot stop them for liking. So they should share the post, because that is going to have impact, because our influencer is connected to the target audience, and my target audience is connected to the influencer. So that's how it is. Any further questions? How to identify target audience? I think I answered that. How to identify? This is a question from Ratnakar Mishra. Mishra, how to identify your target audience? Okay, that's really easy, not that difficult. You would be doing some projections when you design a service or solution or a product. Okay, this is my projection, this is the cost, and this is the selling point, and then you will try to understand the 7 P's, okay, workplace, and all the marketing jargons will fall in place, and you will try to understand which audience is going to leverage or consume this product. So you just basically need to do a lot of market research, and market intelligence is going to play a big role to understand who is the actual consumer of this product and who is the decision maker, because the product could be consumed by the kids, but the kids are not the one who decide what is the whether they will buy it or not. It is their parents. So definitely it's not, if the kids are going to consume it, you will not target the parents, because the money is going to be paid by the parents. So you will have to target both parents and the kids as well. Okay. How to convert influence to customer? fantastic question. Who is this? Sudeep. How to convert influence to customer? It's really not like we do something. It's basically over a period of time. Your influence is going to be converted. Basically, trust. You have to start building trust. Positive stories, success stories. So a positive influence converts to a business. So it's about that. So if you have a negative influence, so people or influencer can be your existing customer as well. It's not influencers are only the people whom your friends. So the people who already bought your product are using. They are also your influencers. So try to have a good customer service, because most of the times you do everything well, and then you screw up at this customer service. So basically it is all about the positive success stories, the positive influence, because the influencer will say, you know what, I bought this thing, but when I called the customer service, it sucks. They don't even answer my call. That's how it is. So what is the meaning of influencer? I think Shreya, I spoke to you. What is the meaning of influencer? It is there in the first slide. You can refer to the first slide. Who is an influencer? And Ratnakar Mishra said, thank you very much. Thanks, Ratnakar. Any questions I missed? Divya, do you want me to answer any particular question?
We just got one question. How do neutralize the negative impact of influencer marketing?
Okay, how to neutralize the negative impact of influencer marketing. This has come from Bhanumati Chakal. I hope I have pronounced that well. Okay, negative influence. See, converting a negative influence to a positive influence takes time. What I have seen, one mistake people do is, especially on social media, is basically we keep on doing sentiment analysis. Is it positive sentiment, neutral sentiment, negative sentiment? Never ever go and delete the negative sentiments. You make sure that you are responding them, attending them. Okay, talk to them, because they are already having a problem. Try to solve the problem. Don't add up to the agony by you just not attending it. So please attend the negative influence, and make sure that you are resolving, giving a problem to the problem statement. Okay, so that's how you will gain trust, because you will read a lot of case studies there. People have said, yeah, I'm happy that you attended my, though the service was not good, but your customer feedback was good. So yeah, that's how we have to take this thing. Then Ratnakar Mishra, which is the best digital marketing approach to persuade someone? Is it email marketing? Bhanu, who's that? Ratnakar. I personally feel it's email marketing. My favorite channel, digital marketing channel, is email marketing, but it is the most misused channel in India. I see that people are just running some email campaigns, mass mailers, where you are screwing your own brand. So whatever email marketing I personally do, it is personal email marketing. I don't send emails through PHP mailer, or basically I see I have the right elements in place to understand what is the bounce rate, what is the open rate, what is the click-through rate, but I don't send it through a software. I make sure that there is a personal note attached to it. Most of the time people screw a email. Email marketing is the most effective thing. That's my favorite channel, but it is most misused and abused channel as well. Okay. I think Bhanu, thank you very much. Thanks Bhanu, I appreciate it. So I think that's all. Any further questions? We still have some 6 minutes left.
I think we are done. Yes.
Okay, we are done. Okay, great. Thank you very much, Divya, and thank you everyone. I appreciate you all coming and spending your valuable time. It was pleasure interacting with you guys, and it was again a pleasure answering all your questions. They were really great questions, and I look forward to your. So please do connect with me. My email ID is alokdalvi@gmail.com. You can find me on Twitter. My Twitter handle is Alok Dalvi, and LinkedIn again I am as Alok Dalvi. So I would be happy to be connected with you guys, and then if you guys want to have some one-on-one conversations, I would be really glad to take that. Thank you, Divya, for this wonderful session. You were a very good, great host. I appreciate you taking time to educate me with the mock sessions and like preparing me for this particular session. I thoroughly enjoyed this session. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you for taking your time out, Alok. Okay,
Yeah. Have a good day.
Yes, thank you. Bye.
Yeah.
Have a great
Yeah. Bye, everyone. Have a great day. Have a nice weekend. Enjoy. Be safe.